Okay, we just got back from Pull Apart, and we're gonna go over the parts we got. We went to Pull Apart. We also went to Quality. What is it called?
Quality Used Auto Parts.
Quality Used Auto Parts in Fayetteville. Okay, let's go over the first part you got.
This is a fan shroud that I had to replace because I had to modify it. Had an issue with a radiator I tried to put in. So the clutch fan goes inside here, and the connection for the clutch connects there.
Okay, let's see both sides of it. Okay, let's get that all inside. Take a look, and that's how it looks. What's the next part you got?
The next part is the fan clutch.
We got this one from Pull Apart.
No, this is from Quality.
Oh, that's from Quality?
Yeah,
Which one from Pull Apart?
This is
that one's from Pull Apart.
And this
one's from Quality.
Yeah, this is from Quality.
Let's get a close up.
And so this part is the clutch itself. And then this is the blade. And this is where it connects to the pulley right in front of the water pump.
Now, which part did you modify? Because what happened is we bought a radiator. Was it a aluminum?
Aluminum radiator.
We bought an aluminum radiator. And
so the clutch and the fan and the shroud wouldn't fit back in properly because the other radiator is too wide than the original. And the original or aftermarket is more slender than the aluminum. And so when I put the shroud and the fan clutch back together, it caused the issue.
Let's go take a look. Just showing how this won't close properly. Let's go ahead and open it right quick, because we're about to get ready to remove this radiator. This is the aluminum radiator we ordered off eBay, and we attempted to make modifications to attempt to make it fit. What modifications did you attempt to make?
I sawed off the part of the shroud that's supposed to line up here with the screw so it could go flush against the radiator.
There. And right there. And
on both ends, this end and that end.
And it's not fitting. The hood is not closing, in which it results in us needing another radiator and now needing to replace these other parts as well that we tried to make it fit, and the hood is not closing properly.
All right, so first we're gonna drain the radiator, and so we can uninstall the radiator. And what we have to do there is unplug the lower radiator hose and let all the coolant flow out. Then we need to disconnect the two transmission cooler lines at the very bottom, and also we need to remove this upper radiator hose so we can freely disconnect the clutch fan combo. Once that is out, I'm gonna remove this cross bar, pull out the grill, and move the latch mechanism. That way I'll be able to easily pull out the radiator and install the new one.
Okay, stay tuned.
All right, so we're about to disconnect the radiator. First step of disconnecting the radiator is draining the radiator. So I got my handy dandy bucket. In most cases, if this is your first time disconnecting your radiator, you're gonna need some pliers. But I've replaced my radiator before, so what I'm gonna use is my handy dandy flathead to unloosen the clamp. Now, it's good to wear some goggles because when this stuff comes out, it don't just drip straight down. It tends to spew out. So I'm going to slowly unscrew it and then I'm gonna push the hose back and the coolant is gonna come out. All right, so we got the clamp off. We're gonna wiggle the hose off and get some coolant going. May need 2 hands for this. Stand by. All right, so all the coolant is coming out. And so once the coolant is completely empty from the radiator, we'll disconnect from the top and remove the fan shroud. All right, so this here and that there are transmission fluid coming in the little radiator so the transmission fluid can cool off and not get too hot for the transmission. What I'm gonna do is take this little black tab off, and then there's a little clip that I'm gonna unsnap with the pokey here. You push it, you can't break it, thank goodness. And it comes off, and then you just pull the little, I wanna say pipe out of the guy and have something to put it in. Okay guys, so now we're up top. We got the radiator fluid draining from the lower radiator hose. We got the transmission cooler hoses disconnected. And now I gotta take off this hose in order to get access to the clutch fan. Wiggle and twist, wiggle and twist. And we have success. All right, so we got that hose off, Eureka. Now we gotta remove the clutch fan. All right, you can go in any parts store and get some fancy dancy clutch tool. But I don't have a fancy dancy clutch tool. I got this big daddy right here, and I have this guy right here. And so what I'm gonna do, if you come closer and look down with me, see that big hexagon nut? We're going to twist it one way and pry the water pump the other way until it breaks loose, which can be fun. Some people use a hammer and just kind of jar it. That's an option. I didn't go with that option. righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay. And we got it broken loose. So you keep twisting it and twisting it until you get that bad boy off. At some point it might get hand twistable, but it just depends. Now once you actually get it off the nut, you're going to have to finagle it out of the engine bay. Alright, so we've got the clutch nut off of the water pump pulley. Now I just need to disconnect. That harness for the fan clutch. And now we gotta wiggle it out and some magical way get it over this guy. So let's not tear that up and let's all be safe. Okay. No, don't go back on there. Let's shift you this way. Alright, now let's see if we can pull you out. The light. Yeah, there we go. We got movement. Okay, we got this side. Now, how can we get this side? Alright, we'll be back with more evidence that this route came out. Alright, so here's the fan shroud and the fan clutch. We got them out. It was challenging to get it over the radiator extension inlet. That booger right there is going to be a lot of fun. But once you get past that, you're home free. Alright, so next we're going to take the front off so we can get this crossbar out and easily pull out the radiator. It's going to involve using a 13mm wrench and ratchet and a 10mm wrench and ratchet. So let's start here with the battery. The battery for these vehicles are pretty locked in. But it's a 10 inch. I mean a 10 millimeter, excuse me. 10 millimeter here. I know, I'm old school. Most people have a power ratchet. Everybody doesn't. Alright, so we got this one here. Then this one on the inside wall by the battery case. Oh! Safety first. You know what? I'm screwing on the wrong thing. I'm like, that didn't happen last time. That's the ground wire. Alright, so when you detach those guys, you can pull this bar off and set it to the side. And then you also have this. You have two of them. One I broke putting the crossbar back. Long story, different video. But you should be able to unscrew these guys with a 10 millimeter socket. Now this one right here is 13 millimeters. Once he's up, hold on to your screw, or your bolt rather, slide him to the right. Of all the 13 size bolts you pull out, he's the longest. He's specifically supposed to go right back in this spot. That's why he's the longest. All right, so you have one more here. You have two in the center here, and you have one on the end. I mean, two on the end as well. So we'll work on those now. Alright, so this is the grill for the 2003 Chevy Trailblazer. It's pretty easy. You got a connection here, one right here. What makes it a little easier is if you put some pliers to it and squeeze it from that side. That helps. You also have one here and here, and then there's some right behind where it meets the headlight. Be gentle so you don't break it, or you'll have to make a trip to the junkyard. Well, or eBay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so once you have that off, you're going to use a 13mm to get the bolt that's holding on to this guy. Or unless you missed a step, gotta go back to this guy. Alright, so once you have all the bolts off the crossbar, you gently slide it out without breaking anything in plastic. And then I'm gonna use my little Flex-a-Doodle to get back here to this guy. At some point you can finish it off with your finger, which makes everything easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't drop it. You don't want to have a heck of a time trying to find the screw. But it's right down here behind the latch. I used a 13. I used my Flexi because it was in a challenging spot. Alright, so gently pull the latch out, and it is connected to a cable, so be mindful where you put it so it can still be safe. And with that being said, now we come in closer and we're going to remove this 10-inch bolt and this 10-inch bolt from the condenser. That way we can go ahead and slide this bad boy out. Alright, so this is a 10mm, and should be fairly to remove. You shouldn't have to use the pliers. I'm using pliers because of how this aluminum radiator had to be put on. Aluminum radiator may work for some people. It did not work for us. There were a lot of modifications that we had to make because it didn't fit exact, and it just kind of made some things worse. The reason I'm swapping out the radiator is because I couldn't get other stuff back in here. Like my clutch fan wouldn't line back up. Now I got a code on my car saying you need to replace your clutch fan. So we're just gonna put the aftermarket one that fits, and then everything else should fit, and we should live happily ever after. But yeah, so the reason I'm using these pliers is because I kind of had to jerry-rig the connection to the condenser just so it could fasten, because it didn't come with fasteners. It did not come with fasteners. And so I had to go into my little bag of tricks, my Harbor Freight assorted, and make the best of it. But it did not still come out the best of it. All right, so once you get these 10mm bolts out of the way, all right. So the radiator is gonna finish draining a little bit. It's got a teensy bit more in there. And now it can slide on out. Stand by and we'll show you how to reinstall it. This is the new radiator, and it doesn't come with a cap, but I have my old cap. So what you have to do is slide it in, down inside there's some grommets, there's some rubber holder thingies that go down here. Now the trick is, while you holding the radiator with one hand, you gotta pull the condenser up with the other hand, because the condenser has a part of it that snugs in with the radiator. And a flashlight may be helpful to make sure you got it. I don't got it. Third set of hands. So we've got the condenser back in the groove that matches up with the radiator. Now it's time to put the 10mm screws back in that connect the condenser to the radiator. Alright, so once you got the radiator nice and snug and tight to the condenser, you can now put the hood release back where it goes. It goes right here, and it takes a 13mm bolt. Pull the flashlight closer, please. Okay, thank you. He's back in place. That needs to be and now we're going to put this thing that's called a crossbar back in place. Let me just double check my 10mm. Got it connecting the condenser to the radiator, because they're going to be underneath this crossbar in a moment here, and I won't be able to reach them. Alright, so we gotta be gentle. Slide it under this plastic doohickey without breaking it. And we made it. Hallelujah. Alright, so with putting it back into place, there are some 13mm. goes here. Two go in the middle. Be safe, everyone. Two go on the end. And then there's a long one that connects here for that guy. All right, we're at the part of putting the shroud back. We got the radiator back, the crossbars back, the latch for the hood is back, all the bolts are back. Now we gotta get this bad boy back. Which should be easy. Right here, whoever the previous owner of the Trailblazer I pulled this from already made a little indentation to make going over this inlet less fun. So I hope that works out. Matter of fact, I'm sure it will. Now there's a trick to putting this bad boy back in here. If you look closely on this side, you got these little snappies where the transmission cooler lines go to. So you got to make sure you don't hit those going down. The clutch, make sure you don't tear it up on the water pump pulley going down. So it's a little finagling involved, but if you're up for the job, it's going to be a great success. So we're going to finagle, finesse. Shimmy, shimmy, and give it our best. Finagle, finesse. Shimmy, and give it our best. And check your work with the flashlight. Okay. That looks decent. Uh-oh, something's not flushed right here. Why not? Oh, what's that transmission snappy thing? All right, come on. Move a little bit so we can shimmy on down the way. Do. Shimmy on down. Because I don't need nothing hindering this clutch. I need you to shimmy on down. Down the way. Okay, come back up just a tad, Mike. Oh, Lord. We're so close, but yet not as close as we want to be. All right, so we got it down in there. Looks like I'm going to have to pull it back up. Is that fun? Not at all. Is it necessary? It seems like it. This side. Pull up this side. And try not to break anything. Oh, okay, wait. Okay. Alright, so pull it off the clutch. Alright. Perfect. Now, put that back out of the clutch. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Wait, you're going the other way, aren't you? Okay. No, wait. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Alright, so we're going to finesse and finagle a little more until we get it right. seems right on this side. All right, that seems all right on that side. All right, make sure that's right, that's right, that's right. Hey, weather. I think we eating chicken for dinner. Something don't seem fresh on this side. Yeah, I don't like that. Maybe I should have finessed or flexed. Or maybe I should have shimmied. Oh, don't burn yourself, that. All right, we're gonna put a backup light to the backup light, just to make sure that everything's right. Everything seems okay. Almost, kinda, sorta. Why you not flush? What's in your way? I need this to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Without breaking anything. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Why are you not flush? Or should I be concerned that you're not flush? I'm concerned that you're not flush. Let's see. On this side, we're flush. Hey, hey, hallelujah. On this side, we're not flush. Let's come at different angles, see what we can see. Let me check from the bottom. Excuse me, cameraman. Let me get by your feet here for a second. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Everything looks okay on this end. All right, the bottom looks good. The bottom looks good. Make sure we got this side right. Let me see. Let's compare the two sides. Okay. And then, Oh, is it this guy? The condenser thingy? It might be the condenser thingy. Alright. Let's see. Alright, we got you where you need to be. The transmission line, where they need to be, for the most part. Alright, well, let's see if our screws fit like they should. So it's a 10-inch for this side, just like on the condenser side. Alright, so the shroud is back in. I need my handy dandy clutch tool. And my handy dandy clutch tool is this big ginormous wrench. And this big old flathead. Why is the clutch not going on smooth? Alright, so we got the shroud on. The clutch is back tightened. We had challenges with that. Unexpected challenges with that. But we got it done. Now, let me show you where the hose goes, the upper radiator hose. And where the plug-in goes for the fan clutch. The fan clutch is it's a part of the fan assembly that comes on when you get super duper hot in the engine. Over 200 or maybe 210. Don't quote me on that. It's over 200. And that's when it kicks in and does its thing. And so if you look right here on the fan clutch, there's a little connector area. You snap that into place, and then you put this hose back on. It goes here and there. If you got the original OEM clamps, you're gonna need pliers. I made my life a little easier. I put these screwdriver clamps on. What else we need to let them know? Oh, okay. Put this guy back on. He should slide right back on, but if you just want to be... Get away, moth. If you just want to be extra careful, you can clamp him as well. Oh, we forgot something. Okay, the battery in the Chevy Trailblazer has a brace. Don't forget to put your brace back in place. We moved it so we could get this crossbar out. But once you put the crossbar in, put the bracket back, the brace back on the battery. Be careful, do not touch the post on the battery. If you want to be super duper safe, disconnect the battery, because for whatever reason, where the brace goes and the grounding wire nut are pretty close. So safety first. Wear insulated gloves, that'll help. Try not to get tired and take shortcuts. This guy, he doesn't want to seem to tighten up, and I almost want to stop, but safety first. Oh, see something else we need to complete. All right, so it doesn't come with a cap. So you're gonna have to reuse your old guy, or you can buy you another one, a replacement guy at the part store. Down here, we gotta put the grill back. And the grill's pretty easy peasy to put back. It snaps back just like Legos. All right, see these little clips here? Push this here, push that there. There's one down at the bottom. You see it, cameraman? One down there. There's one right here with the headlight, and vice versa on the opposite end. All right, so we got everything back together. We're gonna tighten everything up, put some coolant in it, and take it for a test drive. Okay guys, we got the radiator back in, the fan clutch and shroud back in. Now we're tightening up some things on the bottom. I just put the lower radiator back clamp on and tightened it up. I just popped the transmission cooler hoses back in, pop them in. I'm gonna use my wrench to tighten these nuts up a little bit. And then I'm gonna put the cover back on. Also, tightening the clamps on the top upper hose and the drain overfill hose that goes to the little filler neck where the cap is. After that, we're gonna put radiator in it and take that bad boy for a test drive.
We going riding on the freeway in our Chevy Trailblazer. We going riding on the freeway. Okay, it's been 2 weeks since we've been driving and riding in our Chevy Trailblazer, and the repair was a great success. Please like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so we can continue to put out content like this.